lightning flashes overhead as inky rain pelts your face. We see a young Brody.
Oh shit.
Pulling the rigging tightly to hoist the sails so that they don't get shredded in the storm winds. Oi, Fisker! Captain's quarters now. Johannes, you cover for him. Captain Kelvoth calls out behind you, silhouetted in the darkness by the yellow lamplight of his cabin. Water drips from you as you step inside, and he motions for you to sit. And I want you to give me one physical trait and one personality trait for Captain Kelvoth of the Barnacled Bitch.
It's not very feminist of you.
Not very feminist of him.
I want to say kind of medium long, kind of salty, grayish hair.
Hell yeah.
And
then personality
a
trait.
scar on his cheek.
Nice.
Loves musicals.
Yeah. Sings a lot to himself.
Yeah, by the time you get the rigging handed off to Johannes and make your way inside with water dripping from you, you can hear him just kind of humming to himself. Sitting there, he's kind of spinning a dagger on the table with one finger, catches it when you come in, puts it back in its sheath. Have a seat.
Sit down.
You do good work, sailor. You know your knots. First volunteer, all that. He lights a pipe, shakes out the match, and takes a long drag before reaching into his coat pocket. You see the faint orange glow on his face and chest before he's even finished pulling the Kesso vial out. Carefully sets it on the table in front of him. Do you know who does the books on this ship, Runaway?
No.
I do. I'm very precise. You didn't even notice the first mate behind you until he had grabbed your arm at the wrist and pushed your shoulder down onto the table. You hit your chin, hardly missing the Kesso vial. Captain Kelvoth casually stands and walks around the table out of your line of sight. Well, Runaway, I knew exactly how much was missing, and lo and behold, we find just that exact amount, and in your cabin, no less. What do you have to say for yourself? What is Brody feeling in this moment, and how do you respond?
I'm terrified. I feel like I might lose a hand or something. I tried not to take too much. I mean, it's...
You can smell his briny, acrid breath, and as you feel it against your ears, he leans in closely and says, "Any is too much." There's a sharp spike of pain as the captain's dagger plunges into your wrist, and then another flash of pain from your palm, and you awaken in your newly shared quarters aboard the tusked whale with Sonder in your grip, his green eye looking frantically left and right. Across from you, Magnus looks up with a start from the newly acquired tablet that he's been poring over for the last couple of days. You see Brody starts awake, and you actually see like a coalescing of blood in his palm that spikes and hardens into bone as Sonder appears in his hand.
Everything okay, brother?
Get any sleep?
No.
I'm bad about
I'm
that.
too busy. Then I look back down and go back to what I'm doing.
Gonna return the blade.
Yeah, there's that familiar cold sensation that travels through your arm. It's like getting IV fluid almost as it returns into your bloodstream.
Well, I'll get up and walk over to him. What have you figured out?
What have I figured out?
Not much yet. As you've moved on to the second of the 3 tablets that you now have in your possession, this one is much more complex. The first one, you had your moments of brilliance and genius that would flare up, and you realize that on its surface there are hand gestures, words that are spoken in certain specific cadences. It's very important that you pronounce them all correctly and in the right order. But upon further study of even the first tablet, you discover that there are layers upon layers of things that basically need to be decoded to find more complex workings of the spark as you've come to taken to calling it. This one is levels beyond that. It's almost like instead of translating, now you're solving equations, but there are variables missing that are hidden in different sections that you still have to plug in. And I think your notes continue to be not frantic, but very well organized for your brain, which is, again, using Goblin shorthand and all of these different languages so that it like switches between them for the most efficient string of communication to yourself. And I think you realize as you're decoding that like the way that you have come to naturally write is in its way its own sort of code. And I think while deciphering this, you're also borrowing things. And you find yourself occasionally like writing in spirals to give yourself the motion and the words in your own unique way. And are very quickly filling up your journal. And you're probably going to need a heftier tome soon.
Oh, yeah.
I look over his shoulder. Does any of this make any sense to me?
It looks like drawings.
Yeah.
Intricate drawings with a lot of like repeated pieces, but it's honestly beautiful to look at. But
It's a Dr. Bronner's soap label. Schizophrenic ramblings.
It's a Domino's box.
yeah, it's like if you took like IKEA instructions and
Yeah.
took 3 of the languages and just like did this with them, like
Okay.
smeared all the words around.
Like a House of Leaves chapter.
Yeah. There are more flashes of lightning from out of the porthole window as occasionally water laps up and just darkness covers out the entire window before revealing sparkwinds in the sky and flashes of lightning. The wood of the tusked whale creaks and groans from the water lapping against it. The 3-day trek from Ilvermyr has now entered its 5th day, with the ship weighed down from its many extra passengers, as well as slowing to keep pace with Bramthir's strides. Aside from the usual difficulties of close quarters sea travel, there's also been an added palpable tension amongst the refugees aboard your ship. There are clearly 2 distinct social classes that are sharing an already uncomfortable space here. And while you do catch the odd bit of decency, a nice coat gifted to a little girl in tattered clothes, or a shared fish fillet between a man made of moss and a human woman with glistening jewelry, there are far more instances of fighting, both verbal and physical. And by the 2nd day, a clear segregation has begun to form between the wealthy and the downtrodden, which honestly goes to show just how outnumbered the wealthy were in Canderil before it fell, though they held practically all of the power. Elsewhere on the ship, as our vision leaves this crowded little dormitory room, and we go down into the cargo hold where a few of the items have been stowed away and covered with canvas tied together at the far end, and a little triage area has been set up. Would any of you be down here helping tend to the wounded?
Did any of us go on Bramthir?
No, all of you are on the ship. Alvir and Petra are on Bramthir.
That's probably fine.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'd probably be down in the triage area.
You see Valmir Helvig, the middle-aged man. He's got sort of salt and pepper black hair that's more gray at the sideburns, and kind of scraggly beard that isn't super full, but is present at least. He's keeping a watchful eye over his unconscious niece, and hardly paying any mind to his own terrible burns around his feet and calves. His niece, Rinavale, the young woman who banished Maeve in Canderil, has only awoken in short spans to eat and drink meager portions, but on the 5th day finally awakens from her feverish sleep and sits up, and she pushes a handful of curled greenish black hair to the side just in front of her dark ram-like horns. Where are we? Hair still in hand, she starts fervently patting her pockets, and you can see she's growing like distressed before her uncle presents a silky blue ribbon, and she sighs and thanks him in ancient Noxian and ties up most of her hair out of her face and lets out a deep breath.
You're on a ship? We're headed somewhere safe. But right now it's a little choppy.
I see. And it is, the ship has been listing. A lot of these people have never been on a ship before, so just the smell is it neared unbearable on day 2, and since you, I think, are all just nose blind to it at this point. At least, bathroom is being kept up with, but certain people just are still seasick 5 days in.
Prestidigitation can only go so far.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not available.
You haven't slept in
I don't
days.
have
Yeah.
tricks, so.
Got like a wild look in my eye, in my room.
I will say, Magnus, any spells that you can take at level 2 could be gleaned from this tablet, in addition to others that you'll find down the line.
Interesting. That's
I think after that dream, I'd probably start anxiously, taking like a quartz and making it appear and disappear, and practicing like my hand of magic.
Yeah, sleight of hand.
Yeah, sleight of hand.
Not to be that guy, but have we had a chance to get a rest in?
Yeah, you guys have slept multiple times, so you guys can take the benefits of a long rest. You were all pretty beat up.
That was fine.
I need to roll
Yeah,
my
I'm
divination
good.
dice too, real quick, for whatever day
Out
we're
of
on.
my 2 spell slots.
Snape.
Aim.
We've got a whole bunch of half-casters over here.
As you are down there with Reneville explaining that you're headed for Lochvarra, she's kind of like gathering her bearings. Make an insight check.
Get your stuff. 18?
18 is great. She looks untrusting of you. I think she is thankful, and there's a moment where she looks at you and you see that glint of recognition that she's clearly seeing your mother, and she looks back to her uncle, who just kind of like nods and pats her, and I don't think you see acceptance and like, oh, okay, then it's chill, but you see like, all right, I won't say anything.
Yeah. I think
As he hands her a bowl of broth.
in the days that we've been on the ship with a bunch of refugees who were tormented by my mother, probably I've like cut my hair down to like a pixie so that it's less intense,
Yeah,
I guess.
I like that.
Go through your emo phase.
No, probably not. It's probably out of my face.
Was this that lady that was casting sorcery spells?
This is the one who banished Maeve.
Right.
She was. It was her uncle, and Corbin were the ones that were being burned at the stake.
Right.
But her uncle Valmir is the one who got the most badly burned, and he'll be permanently scarred around his feet and calves, but he can still walk, thankfully. Lost several toes though. And so yeah, that's Valmir. This is Renevale, or Rin. She's the one who cast like that big spell and then went unconscious.
Which we still have no idea what happened to your mom in that.
And she's probably fine.
Yeah, you just know that the light returned when you were leaving to the temple.
Implying that she's good.
And then Corbin, of course, was there as well. Corbin has been having a pretty... I think actually Corbin's probably been spending a lot of time with Magnus. He will occasionally go down at meal times to check on Rin and Valmir, but any other moment that he has free, I think he's bouncing ideas off of you, and honestly probably become a little bit of a distraction.
Yeah.
Because
I have my own process at this point. Like,
Yeah.
I don't need this old man.
Yeah, and you've gotten so...
Nonsense.
You've gotten things so, like down to a literal science at this point in your studies, whereas all of his studies have been in secret in this harsh environment. So he has learned a few things, and there are a couple of tricks that he gives you, certain shorthand motions that you can use to replace longer, less fluid things that you've been doing. But when it comes down to wealth of knowledge, yours is far greater than his at this point. So it is a part of the reason that you haven't gotten as much translated as you want, is that he's constantly asking you questions and asking for clarification. And
I would be annoyed, but I'm also glad to see him after all these years, so I'm putting up with it. But I'm also not sleeping, so my fuse is getting shorter.
yeah,
How
for
many
sure.
days have you not slept?
I probably haven't slept at all.
Oh, excellent. Let's make 5 Constitution saving throws.
Let's do it.
Difficulty of 10 for each one. Let's do these one at a time.
All right. All right.
We're gonna have 10 levels of exhaustion.
Probably.
Magnus is dead.
All right.
What do you add to
Save
this?
1 plus 2.
Okay.
What am I rolling for?
DC 10 for each of these.
Nice.
20.
Excellent. That's 1 success.
20.
1 success. Damn.
So this is why he thinks he can keep going.
Yeah.
4.
Use a different dice.
That's
Use
one.
a different die.
No,
Keep
we're-
it up.
We're gonna keep
Save.
going.
Yeah.
20,
1 level
20,
of exhaustion.
Yeah.
18.
Another success.
15.
Success. So you have 1
What
level of
the
exhaustion,
fuck?
which, as a reminder, because it's been a second since we've D&D'd, you have disadvantage on ability checks until you actually sleep.
5 days, and you only got 1 level of exhaustion. That's crazy.
The most I ever did was 3.
I think that there are micro naps happening against your will, and that's the only reason that you are not more exhausted.
Wow.
You'll kind of like get a quick 30 minutes before you realize that you're asleep and jolt back and then continue your
You
studies.
do the Da Vinci thing where you hold like a metal ball in your hand, and when you fall asleep, it wakes you up.
There's a different reason I don't want to sleep also, but I'm saying it's because I'm studying, so.
That's suspicious.
Yes.
Up on the very crowded deck, there's an opportune moment that presents itself where, arms still far above his head, Bromthir is in waters so deep that his head, quote unquote, his peak is about level with the ship at this point. You guys will also recall that thanks to some strange magics worked by Petra, he also speaks Common Noxian now.
Oh,
So if anyone has anything to say to him or any questions for him, he is in communicable distance right now without having to use like thaumaturgy or any spells to write.
I think I'm definitely up there. I think for the most part, I've just been like trying to
It's like naked
entertain.
in the rain.
Almost certainly.
Surrounded by
Just
bodies.
imagine you're like, here's my whole life story.
Well, I was gonna say I was entertaining children, so probably not naked.
Not naked in the rain.
They're probably like playing a little flute and stuff, and like telling the stories of old, the fables.
Yeah.
we call them.
Have I sent you the fables that I have written?
I have some of them. I don't know that I have all of them.
Okay. I'll get you those for sure at some point because I feel like it will be more fun to hear Arik tell them at some point.
Oh, cool. But yeah, I think that at this point, if Bromthir's nearby, I'd be like inquiring, what are your plans, Bromthir, after we drop off passengers?
I have found Petra, but Petra requires transport. I will probably accompany my friend.
Transport where?
I do not know this yet, but his services are always needed. He is always there when the time is right. I can help with this. I would also...
And you see kind of like his perception shifts as a couple of stones kind of tumble down the back of his neck, looking upwards at his hands where presumably like probably 3 or 4 stories up, Petra and Alvi and the other survivors are on his hands, which have been fashioned into this basically cliff-like shelf above his head as he can morph the stone.
Sick.
He kind of like looks up in an oddly like softer voice for this massive being that speaks in vibrations of stones against one another. He speaks,
Petra seems healthy, but his mind perhaps is unwell. I wish to learn what happened to Vordholm in my absence during my slumber. Why it is the way it is now.
What was Vordholm like in your time?
It was beautiful. There were waterfalls as far as the eye could see, green pastures and mountains taller than me. I still didn't quite fit anywhere, but there were passages for me to travel between the cities of the kingdom. I never hurt anyone then.
And you see that there's like a pang of remorse, I think, for awakening so confused and the people that he injured because he just didn't know that they were there until it was too late. And I think you think back to the grisly scenery that you saw of his massive footsteps and the people who had just, fallen or been covered in rubble, just broken bodies in a trail behind his path towards Lonehaven.
You do a great service for these people now. We are thankful for that.
Yes. Our best is all we can do, as Petra would say.
How long have you known Petra?
I don't know how long I slept. But before that, at least 50 seasons. Maybe more.
Oh. You say Petra his mind is maybe a bit unwell. What do you think may have happened to Petra?
If it's anything like what happened to me during the absence, perhaps the enchantments that he used for remembering were broken. But I don't know much of these things.
You mentioned when we met you that the trickster returned and that the fight had ended?
Yes, so it seems.
Is that what you mean? That's what you're talking about? That caused you to, I suppose, wake up and perhaps for Petra to have lost his way of remembering?
Yes.
He mumbles a few things in ancient Noxian that you understand as he is kind of like thinking out loud.
Fight the absence. I can't remember. All I remember is that Petra was upset. His friends, they drifted, much as the continents have in my slumber. And he wanted to help them, but he did not have the means. The absence came, and so too did my sleep.
Okay, so out of character, this is like following the same storylines that I knew of what happened to
There are a lot
the
of
gods.
similarities to the fables, for sure.
Okay.
Make a history check with advantage.
I couldn't help but laugh watching Sam try to do math in their head
Of the 50
of the
seasons?
50 seasons.
I pulled out a calculator.
I was just cracking up to myself.
It's a 17.
I think the thing that strikes you as interesting about this is that Bramthir, what he's saying is reminiscent of a lot of the fables that you've heard, specifically leading up to Fingrimr, which, as a reminder to all of you and our viewers at home, is sort of like this world's Ragnarok myth, like the end times. Reminds you a lot of the lead up to Fingrimr stories, but it doesn't sound like he's talking about Petra, who I think in your mind is becoming almost synonymous with Kosovir.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like he's talking about Petra and his friends as like a pantheon of gods.
Yeah, they're just people.
They're just people, which is odd to you, I
Yeah.
think, because you've seen Petra do magic and it is godly.
Yeah. So, Fingrimr, has it happened yet, or this is a prediction of what will happen?
That is a contentious discussion amongst all followers of the fables. Some people think that Fingrimr happened and the gods died, and that it was, the modern tellings are that Kosovir was responsible for Fingrimr and the death of the gods.
Right. Okay. And then, were there any major, like a with Ragnarok, like the world gets destroyed. Is that's a thing that's going to happen with Fangrimir?
It's a little bit nebulous. Let me actually pull up Fangrimir myth really quickly. I'm gonna have to command F this shit.
It's like,
This document is 22,000 words.
oh my god. It's like Ben Kenobi said. It's all from your own point of view.
I really do want to get into calligraphy or something and then pen this tome of fables.
Oh, that's why. Because I have a separate document.
So it's not among the 22,000 words.
No,
There's
it's
more.
separate page.
I feel like your character would be the type of scribe that'd be like, and I had a cat and blah blah blah. Was it Pinger?
The cat?
Yeah,
Panger. That sounds familiar. Is it Pangerbomb?
I think it's something like that.
In the game?
Yeah.
No, in real life, there was
okay.
a monk that made this beautiful illuminated manuscript just talking about his cat.
Oh, yeah,
Love
yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's very data coded right there.
It's very cute.
In the old version of Fangrimir, it's thought that Kasovir's love for Valthara became his undoing, and that his schemes will bring forth the end of Nox, a god whose tricks will one day unravel the very fabric of Nox. In the new version, Kasovir, the cursed god, is destined to bring about the end of all things. His laughter will echo in the final moments, for when Fangrimir comes, it will be his hand that guides it. Let this tale be a reminder of the fate not yet sealed, for the trickster's shadow looms and Nox's future hangs by a thread.
Okay.
The new ones think that it is a cautionary tale. The old ones tell that it had happened, and that it was not the end of Nox, but an unraveling of the gods of Nox.
Okay. Do you know where Petra's friends are now?
I was going to ask Petra the same thing. I have not seen Virus in some time. I would like to speak with him, if I can.
Dyrus.
Yes, Virus, Oakenbeard.
The like commonality to the stories are just crazy. Because it's the Thornfather, right?
Tharunamore
The
is the name that you know him
Runamore.
by.
Okay. Oh shit. Did Dyrus ever work with plants? Were they also magic like Petra?
Constantly, yes. He became engrossed in his research the last I remember hearing of Virus. He had wandered deep into the Shade Veil and was
And there's like another moment where he kind of like twinges.
forgive me. There is a shock cut off to what I remember. And my awakening, it was as if I was in a dreamless sleep for I know not how long.
Where do I know what the Shade Veil is?
No, it doesn't sound familiar.
Where you mentioned the Shade Veil? Where is?
Yes. In Calamar, to the south, a deep forest. Large, tall trees, taller than me even. Virus went into the Shade Veil to conduct his research. After he had rescued the Zombie, he had plans to forgive me
What did he save the Zoanvir from?
from their planes. Destruction.
The Zoanvir from another plane? Do I know this?
No.
Holy shit!
I think there was Zonvir on the boat who were like, everyone can hear this
Yeah,
conversation
right.
because he's a massive giant. They're all kind of like looking and like whispering to one another in confusion. Yeah, of all of this like strange revelations you've received, this is one of the bigger ones
Holy
in this
shit.
moment.
Yes, I remember clearly. They had warred with themselves endlessly. Their plane was was a great number. He was like their shepherd. And he brought them to Nox. And they were allowed to mingle with the peoples here. It was contentious, but many wars. Many I have seen in my years.
What? You keep mentioning the absence. What?
It is hard to know, as it is nothingness, empty, but alive.
He shudders. More stones fall.
And it can destroy entire planes of existence?
Its mere presence is destruction. It consumes, erases. It is nothing.
Do you think it will come for Nox?
He's long pensive. And once again, you feel as his perception shifts as he kind of just looks up to the sky for a moment.
I think it already did.
All of you are in other parts of the ship are getting a one side of this conversation as each time Bromthir speaks, the ship has to kind of course correct because the vibrations actually like shake and ripple the water.
Whoever is currently steering is like, please just
Yeah.
change the conversation.
Poor Finley's over there.
Yeah, Finley
Right
and
that way.
Finley and Thalos are like, shit, like working together. But yeah, the vibrations move through the entirety of the ship, and it's like you're hearing it from the wood itself is Bromthir's voice. Brody, as you're also listening in, you feel just like a pinprick, like getting a shot, as you feel it like at your hip, and Sonder pours into his scabbard at your side and then reforms. You hear, not in your mind, but out loud, very interesting. Yes, I like this. How do you feel about this? And every word you can feel the scabbard vibrate as he's basically like amplifying his voice into the bone of his form and speaking aloud.
You like what?
This matter of communication. I feel like it feels less
Vibration.
private, but perhaps less intrusive. What do you think? I could speak to a whole room of people without having to penetrate their minds.
Don't penetrate me.
And he basically becomes like a bone-conducting headphone that you can hold in your hand and is like a little speaker. As he learns from
I'll draw
Bromthir's
him.
booming voice.
And start
Holy
talking to him. Does it like feel weird in my hand when he talks?
Yeah, it vibrates. It's
Yeah.
kind of pleasant though.
Oh, okay.
It's subtle. It's not
It's-
as there's the padding of the hilt, regardless, that again is like fleshy, but also like the same way that he created the scabbard, it's kind of like tanned leather, and it's only gross if you think about how it
Yeah.
came from your body.
Wait,
But it is very
I
soft.
I'll be honest, this is one of the least gross things you've done.
And his eye, once again, is like very, as he speaks, even more animated when he talks in this vibration-like way. There's like one lid that kind of will like shift and change to convey emotion. It seems like he's learning a lot about humanity. Like he seems to grow exponentially with each
Yeah.
passing day, and the more time he spends with you and that you work together, the more advanced and human-like he becomes.
Can I read like a lot of emotion from the one eye?
Yeah.
Love it.
Brody,
Yeah.
when we get back to Lochvarra, there's something I have been wanting to try. I think you can feel it, can't you?
Can I?
I think so. I think it's something that as Sonder has been growing and expanding, your connection with him also becomes more solid, more tangible.
Swear to God, if the sword wants to eat, I'm going to be so upset.
He drinks.
I I'd like
He
to
did
try
absorb
it one
blood,
day.
what didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And then it injects it back into me.
Ew.
Yeah, he
likes
did
to
some,
grip it
some
in
blood doping on monster gets for sure.
That's not good for you.
He looks at you with his green eye, and you can sense that sort of longing feeling. The same sort of sensation that he gets when you're in one place for too long, which has been quelled a lot in this journey and being on a ship out at sea and going back to Ilvermyr and all of this. This is like a different kind of longing or a different kind of hunger.
Kind of reach out with my other hand. And I feel like there's something there.
Yeah, there's almost like this static to the air surrounding Sonder as he's like, I've been collecting this, and I feel like we could put it somewhere. But even I worry about using it on the ship. But perhaps once we're on solid ground, we could try it out. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. Back on the deck of the ship, you continue conversing with Bromthea?
So did his description of Shade Vale match anything that I know of to the south? Is Calamore still there? Or?
I think Calamore is the thing that speaks to you the most, as it reminds you, at least linguistically, very similar to Caldrunmore, which is where Vindavir University is and where Magnus has been spending the majority of the last 15 years.
Okay.
I don't think you're super familiar with the landscape of Caldrunmore, though, so you'd have to talk to Magnus.
Okay. But he mentioned...
Would I be more knowledgeable of the landscape than he is, though?
Yeah, outside of Vindavir, probably, for sure.
I mean, I know the maps.
You think the absence already happened? Does that mean...
Not happened. Arrived.
And things are going to get worse in that case?
Maybe. I think fight is over. I feel Valyra may have won.
Valyra, another name that strikes familiar but different. You think of Valthara, the Wizened One, goddess of, I believe, knowledge and magic within...
Did Petra conjure the absence?
There's a long, pensive silence.
I cannot say.
Make an insight check.
Got a +6 to this one. 16 military, 22.
That is really good.
So insightful.
Yeah. What you hear is, I can't say, but what you interpret and what you know is, I can't say.
Which are different.
Yes. One is, I don't know. The other is, I can't tell you.
Shit. Okay.
Do you want to visit Granny Brynja with me when you get back to...
That sounds lovely.
She'll love to have you over.
Wonderful.
And at this point, throughout this conversation, Bramthir's head has been getting higher and higher. And Finley calls out from the crow's nest that there's land within sight, as you see that you are quickly approaching Lochvarra.
Can I find Saoirse?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sheath Sonder and make your way out from the dormitories and further below decks into the storage hold, where you see, what does he see?
I'm
Saoirse up to?
probably changing bandages on people. As
Changing
best
sheets
I
of
can.
cots,
Yeah.
like canvas, just like changing it out. There's like a net that's gathered, like a laundry net that soiled things are tossed into, and then just kind of like dragged in the sea for a while to soak.
Hey,
Can we talk for a minute?
is everything okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's not good then, is kind of what you're...
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I will follow you to a secondary location.
Secondary location.
Yeah, where do you guys go? Because the ship is, there's not really anywhere to be alone. The most lonely you could be would be back in your room with Magnus and Corbin.
You hang
Now
off
let's
the
go up
side of the
top.
ship.
Okay, we're going
Yeah.
Okay, is it still dumping rain?
The rain has let up a little bit,
Okay.
but there are still, inky black drops falling from the sky.
Okay, I think Saoirse probably has kind of like a wet catness about her, but there's also like every time a raindrop hits, there's just kind of. There's like how like
They've had the heaters on at work and it was raining.
it's kind of like rather than like all individual little, how like when you draw rain on somebody, there's that kind of like gap.
Yeah.
It's that, but it's just like steam.
Love that.
I've been meaning to apologize for the whole mom thing the past few days, but
Oh, for outing me,
yeah.
for just dumping me right in the front there. It's fine. I think it worked out.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've been avoiding it, and I think I know why.
It's like worse than I thought it was gonna be. Like I thought maybe she got like 5 people
Yeah.
over that whole time, or was dead, which isn't. I haven't had to face that yet. It's not better, but it's better than what she did. I think.
Yeah.
She was like burning people.
Yeah. So I basically came to say I'm not sorry about it.
No, it's fine. You can.
I think you and I are more alike than we think.
I haven't had a chance to ask. That girl down there, who's very frightened of me.
Rin?
Yes. She did something to her. Maybe Magnus knows,
Yeah.
but
Of anyone, he would know.
do you think
best.
she's?
I have no idea. It looked. Didn't it look? Did we see another plane for a minute?
So Saoirse, you didn't see. You saw like a green flame, and then when it dispersed, your mother was gone. Brody, you were on the opposite side.
Yeah.
You saw when it opened up, there were like
Flame?
fleshy. It was like
Oh, okay.
it was green flames that wreathed this opening. That inside it was like wet and fleshy. Like akin to something that we would be more familiar with that your characters wouldn't. It's like it looked like you were looking into a colonoscopy, basically.
Oh no.
It's just
Your
like
mom was pushed into a big butthole.
Forever?
it was just big, like wet, fleshy walls of like muscle and tissue that were pressing against each other. It did not look good.
You know,
I tell you all that.
I can't argue with that as a form of punishment.
These fruit snacks are good.
I think you and I are bad about worrying about ourselves, though.
No,
Yeah.
no,
No.
we're doing good. You just gotta push it down. Push it down. And then it'll be fine.
I can worry about you, though. If
Right.
you worry about me.
I wouldn't.
No.
If I were you, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
You don't
no, I
have to.
will.
It's all.
Are you okay?
I think so for right now. Pushing it down.
Okay. Push it down.
Cram it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like blacksmithing, right? You've got a big hunk of metal,
Mm-hmm.
and then you hit it with a hammer really hard, and then it's a very flat, tiny, thin piece of metal.
It's the same amount of metal.
Right, but it's easier to fit. I think it's complicated. I didn't want, really, I just didn't think anything would be there. I didn't think anybody would be left.
Like your mother?
Anybody. Especially her, because it was a crazy thing to stay there. What? There are churches at home. We have churches at home. She chose the one on the crazy shitballs island, where everything was killing it. And she made churches worse. Tell you, we're already bad.
Yeah.
It was already bad. And
And why do you need someone telling you what to do?
I mean,
That's the whole
sometimes
reason
it's
I came
nice.
to talk to you.
No, sometimes it's nice. I like to be told what to do.
Yeah, I mean,
I like to be told what to do. I feel safe there. But
To be fair,
Ah!
things were... Talos is like steering the ship. You guys are up on deck. Things went crazy shitballs everywhere. It was just handled better in some places. Some places were more outfitted to handle the crazy shitballs than Ilvermyr, specifically Gloamshore.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess.
We've got company, by the way. And almost on cue as he says this, you hear horns blaring out. You realize that you've been now surrounded on either side by the island of Lochvarra and its long spinning tendrils that stretch out from it. Horns blare out in the distance as you see a small fleet of ships sailing out towards you. Several of them split off and start to go around the forms of all of you and Bramthir as one continues forward. Talos calls out to you guys, Brody, hoist the mercy colors. You set up a white flag and hoist it up by the crow's nest on the mast, and a ship approaches that you can see standing at the head of it is a familiar face, slightly familiar face, Captain Hubert Chavin of the Royal Guard, who was the one who led you into your meeting with King Aen. He's a stern-faced human man with a slightly hooked nose and a silver helmet that's filigreed around the edges with brass. And he looks fiercely over the crowded deck of the tusked whale. Halt your ship! What have you brigands done with the World Shapers? Theft of a Seeker's Guild ship is a serious offense. Tell me why I shouldn't sink you where you... And Thalos,
That's us, isn't it?
Thalos cuts
Yeah.
in. He's like, easy there, Captain Chavin. The World Shapers are alive and well. And the crowd aboard the ship sort of parts so that at least Brody and Saoirse and Arik are visible.
We were like in really deep conversations. We're like, what?
Yeah, at this point, it's the water has gotten so shallow that Bramthir is once again like out of earshot
okay.
of you. He's just hearing like the clamor of all of the conversations on the ship. Captain Chavin looks across and sees those of you who he knows with the ship. Well, what is the meaning of this? And what is the meaning of this? He mentions it, like motions at Bramthir.
He's a friend.
Yes, this is Bramthir. Perhaps you remember the Grunhelm incident. We come bearing refugees from the Isle of Ilvermyr. All right. He turns to, you see there's what appears to be a mage aboard, denoted by his deep indigo robes. Turns to him, and he pulls out this curious little portable writing desk, which he sets up on the edge of the ship, and pulls out a quill, sets it, and see he like kind of makes a couple of hand motions, and then waves his hands over the front, and there's a little ruby on the center that starts to kind of like blink with reddish light. And after a moment, it goes solid, and you watch as he picks up the quill, writes something down on the paper, and then puts the quill back in its little ink stopper and waits for a moment, changes the sheet of paper. There's another one, another parchment set underneath, and then you watch as the quill lifts itself and hovers and seems to write something over the desk. And you can see, I think even from here, there's a little bit of a like drift from the motion of the ship. There are moments where the ship will kind of like go downwards and the quill stays where it is and continues writing. And he's like trying to adjust for the sway of the ship before the quill once again puts itself away, misses the ink blot and kind of like falls to the side. And he grabs that, puts it back in, and brings the paper to Captain Chavin, who looks it over.
Can't believe I'm missing all of this.
And you could come up.
Captain Chavin looks over it. All right. You are to make port with the refugees in New Grunhelm, across the loch, by orders of King Aen of Lochvarra himself. Talos is like, all right. Maybe send word ahead of us that Bramthir will be making an appearance for the sake of the refugees. And begins turning the helm of the ship as you all sail for a little bit, just a little ways south in the same loch towards New Grunhelm, which is where Bramthir set down Old Grunhelm.
A nice seaside town. Quote.
Yeah. You see, as you approach, and there's a makeshift dock that has been set up. It looks well crafted, but not incredibly well planned. You definitely get the sense that this was, somebody who was an architect for a mountain city who is now finding themselves in a port town and having to figure out how to dock many ships efficiently for trade. So it's a little haphazard, not completely finished yet, but you do find an open section of the docks to pull up and weigh anchor. And as refugees begin pouring off the ship, Bramthir approaches at a little ways out of town, actually, like maybe a good 10-minute walk for people of your size, and kneels down, and you see he lowers the shelf of his arms until it's practically level with the ground. And you're not sure if it's like him slowly waking up from whatever this long slumber was that he had, but he seems to be gaining more control over and manipulation of his body. As you see, he even makes like little steps that lead down off of the cliffs. And there also, for the first time, you notice that there is a stone wall in the center, like a partition, that was keeping two groups separate atop his hands as the two set off and find themselves on dry land.
Gotta keep them separated.
A lot of looks of relief, a lot of confusion, some worry. You're seeing people who, were living in a frigid hellscape where they didn't have enough wood to keep warm, so they were burning clothing and furniture. And you also see people who had a wealth of things and a lot of power, and there's similar looks on each of their faces of how things are going to be different now and how they're going to adjust. And as you all probably have to go and pry Magnus from his studies below decks.
No.
You have to. It's really not an option. You need to sleep and you need a shower.
No, I don't. I just...
Prestidigitation.
No, it's not. You smell like laundry that's been left too long.
I think we do. I think it moans now, right?
I don't remember if you switched it back.
Smells like Axe body spray.
Yeah, over top of like smelly boy.
And
Yeah, you smell like a 14-year-old boy.
under eyes so dark they're like practically bruised from lack of sleep as you pull him away.
I assume that you and Corbin would be the only ones that know that I haven't slept at all since we left. So
Yeah.
I think the
rest of us assume that.
They have no idea.
I'm holding it together really great, guys.
What a lot of them don't realize is that part of your pallid look is obviously from the lack of sleep, but also from one of the spells that you finally managed to pry from the grips of these tablets, as you have learned Ray of Sickness.
Ooh.
And in your tests and research, you don't always get it right every time, and there's been a little bit of blowback on occasion, but now you have a good understanding of what it is and how it works. For the first time in about 5.5 days, you all step off of the ship's deck and onto
And we
solid
all
land.
fall down.
It
feeling
does-
like we're still on the ship.
Yeah, it
I
does.
hate that feeling.
Yeah, it does take a minute to. It'll take a couple of hours to get your land legs back, as there's that kind of feeling of motion to you there. As you once again are met by Kiva, the guildmaster of the Seekers Guild here in Grunhelm, who's been basically heading the rebuilding and repairs, and pretty much it seems like, you guys don't know for sure, but it seems like whoever was in charge of Grunhelm beforehand, like whatever politician or whatever was making decisions, probably didn't survive when Bramthir awoke. And so Kiva has kind of stepped in as a community leader to get shit in order.
Yeah.
She approaches with a look of despair on her face at everybody roll a D100 and we'll add them together. And that's how many people you saved.
That's too many.
Which thing are you talking about? From Ilvermyr or from
Ilvermyr.
Oh, okay.
You saved more than me.
I got a lot of people.
What'd you get?
98.
Holy shit.
Plus
39.
74.
4.
Okay, so the 0 means
0.
0, so just 1.
Oh my god!
Excellent.
So just like a baby.
Worth noting, this isn't like how many people you individually
Yeah.
each saved.
Yes, it is.
That's one is
clearly
actually
won.
great for space, but you managed to save about 212 bodies, men, women, and children rescued, and it's quite a crowd to look upon as Kiva approaches.
Couldn't you have saved like 10 less?
Pale green skin, dark green horns that jut straight upward from her brow, steps forward with like raised eyebrows and looking at the 4 of you like, of course.
What's her name again? Kiva?
Kiva, spelled
K-I-V-A?
no.
K-E-E-V?
Spelled Caoimhe.
Oh,
Did you say M?
Yeah. MH makes a V sound in Gaelic.
Hold on.
I'm sorry, C-O...
Caoimhe.
C-A-O.
Kiva.
M-H.
Take it up with the Irish.
No, I respect Gaelic. I'm sorry.
I love it, and I want to learn it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was just Cameron doing fantasy stuff.
Nope.
Nope.
Kiva Sharpstrand. She's got her dark hair tied back to like a very large bun that just kind of like rests on top of her head between her 2 horns that also function as like stabilizers for it. Well, you're just not going to let me have a break, are you?
Sorry.
No, don't even worry about it.
Hopefully there are able-bodied people here that can help.
Yes, and we've received
Construction?
we have received a lot of disaster relief from the Crown. Much shorter distance to get here these days. Basically, we received word not moments ago from our Farquill that you would be arriving. We have an area set up for everyone. It's very haphazard, very makeshift, but as those who are lived here in Grunhelm are making homes for themselves now, a lot of our triage areas are becoming available. So, for now, we will be transporting you there until the Royal Guard of Lochvarra can take over and figure out where on Lochvarra we can find a place for you. But fear not, things will be settled quickly. I know that you've all been through, I can't even imagine what you've all been through, but you are welcome to Grunhelm with open arms, and we'll find a place for each and every one of you, that I promise. And there's a lot of reassurance among the crowd, mumbling. She kind of like waits a moment for that to die down before she kind of like walks over and takes each of you, Arik probably like the hips where she would grab other shoulders, and kind of like lines you up next to her on either side before raising a hand. But it should go without saying, though King Aen Lochbranna of Lochvarra will be in charge of your well-being from henceforth, it is the World Shapers who you have to thank for your safety and your lives.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That
Yeah.
feels bad.
You all clearly hate this, but she will not let it go without being said.
Is
Is
anybody else sweating?
Please, follow me.
Trying to get small. I'm so big.
Just like grow inward your willowy frame as she calls out for them to follow her, and she begins leading this group of about 200 people in towards Grunhelm proper. And as you...
How do they feel about us? Because we didn't necessarily save them. We basically destroyed
fucked up their
their way of living, and then we're like, get on this ship in this giant mountain.
To be
We tore
fair,
down your
we didn't destroy
walls.
it.
We didn't
Those
blow
dreads
up
destroyed it.
dreads, and then somebody... The plan was to blow up the lumber mill, which
Yeah.
somebody did.
Interestingly,
Somebody did a lot worse.
I think...
Josh is cool.
I am scanning the crowd to see if she's
Oh,
like
yeah.
hidden in there.
She's got to be. She had to
make
have
a
been a
perception check.
vampire.
Your chair made a sound that sounded like a butt.
Yeah, that was my shoe.
Prove it.
Like
No.
this.
9.
Okay.
9. No, you do not see Dusana among the crowd.
Dasani? The water?
Dasani? No, Dushana.
Oh.
Alvir's.
Which is Alvir's aunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see Alvir and the Luxons as they come out from the crowd as well. Alvir looks like he's in shock.
Oh, right, they didn't know there was like a world.
Yeah. Most of the people that you see are in shock because I think you get an interesting mix of vibes from people. The children look overjoyed. Some of them look destroyed because they probably don't have parents. But it's complicated. It's very complicated. Most people are relieved to have this sanctuary, essentially. Safety in a land that is not frozen and seems just a wealth of opportunity as well as resources. Yeah, I may have already said that. But there's also an equal amount of like wonderment. You hear people like whispering like, why are the leaves green? What's wrong with these trees? Look, the grass too. And it's like they've entered a different world. And then you see a lot of, especially among the wealthy and well-dressed, you see a lot of disheartened looks because these people fully bought in to Exardesca and the Exardescan faith, and that this was the last bastion, Canderil was the last bastion of humanity on Nox. And seeing that that was a lie, what else was Maeve lying about? And I think as many as you see that seem to be kind of pondering these thoughts and look dejected, seem like they're doing some mental gymnastics.
Uh-oh.
And
Don't do that. Don't do those.
you know, they're gonna probably remain a part of the church, and which there are chapters here in Lochvarra, and it's gonna be interesting for them to integrate into a very, very different society from what they are used to. And now they have nothing, where before they owned everything.
We have a chance to talk to Kiva. I think I'm gonna give her a heads up. There were some troubles on the ship. They're not all exactly happy to have both left their life and then also just with each other. There's some division. So
Alvir walks up and he's like, forgive me, are you the leader of this town? And she's like, sort of. I have stepped in a sort of mayoral role, you could say. I'm the leader of the Seekers Guild here in Lochvarra.
He doesn't know what that is.
Grunhelm. I run an organization for adventurers to...
I just say yes to Alvi. Yes.
She's in charge right now.
Good. I am Alvir, and he shakes her hand, and he's like, I can give you at least... I would recommend you find someone who was among the nobles of Canderil to give you their side of the story. I will give you mine, of the sort of politics that will be brought here to your lands. And she's kind of like,
Oh boy.
excellent.
And then I'm gonna
Wonderful.
like put a hand behind Corbin, who I assume is with us with Magnus or whatever, and then also kind of push him forward to kind of represent the peasants of
for sure.
Canderil.
Yeah, and she's like, yes, we will get everyone. We'll take a census for certain, so that we will know who all is among us, and we'll get everyone integrated well into society. Wonderful. Perhaps let's start that after we get everyone some food.
And baths.
Yes.
Everyone needs a bath, including us, including you.
Not me.
I pull some moss out from my arm.
Was that growing on you?
Yeah, it usually does. Doesn't it you?
No.
I check.
I like pat it into some
moss.
stone.
If there's moss on you, we're
moss.
going to see like
No
a
moss.
physician.
I think you set it down and pat it, and you see it like kind of roots into the rock. It's like, yes, a new invasive species. And as you guys are led into the now under construction Grunhelm port city. That's where we're going to end this
Oh,
episode.
shit.
Sparkwind.
We just got here.
More!
We haven't had a chance to run around yet.
Yeah.
Next time.
I don't know what the items are yet.
I don't know why he smells like that.
Join our Patreon, check us out on the Chaos Hours. We're gonna have way more to say about this.
Yeah, which begins right now. Whoa! It's chaos.
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 Fun. Revelations and also stuff.
Oh, man.
Damn, Lordump.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I felt really bad about like
No, that
taking
was
up
awesome.
so much time. I was like, I really wanted everybody else to.
No,
to
that was cool.
That
get
was
into
like
this, but I was like, there's so much info
That's-
here.
Yeah, no,
I feel
that was like this.
Yeah,
My notes, I'm like, okay.
And like
yeah,
I couldn't
okay.
even take the notes because
okay.
I was like, I need to be in this conversation.
I was excited to
Probably
see
the worst part.
you get